Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're just so glad that you're here. This is Terry Roberts with Destinations International in Membership Engagement and Training, and I'm welcome to introduce you to my coworkers, Kate Skidmore, who is our Senior Director of Membership Engagement. We also have Yvonne Pearson, who is a Manager of Strategic Alliances, also with Destinations International. And then our great partner and friend, Christine Fry with NTP Events. Christine helps us with all things exhibits at our annual convention. So we'll ask all of you to say hello to Kate in your question box, just so that we know that you know how to use it. Kate will be monitoring questions for us, but we are looking to start with a little humor to say this is what we don't want. If we have one goal, it is for you to really dive in and to completely use your membership in a rich and rewarding way. So we want to show you how to access your member profile, make sure that you know how to get into member directories to find destination organizations that you're looking to support. And we want to show you the buyer's guide so that you can see how our destination organization members find you. We want to familiarize you with our communications, otherwise known as a whole lot of email. And we want to make sure that you understand how we're trying to communicate with you, and hopefully that you're getting the information that you need on a timely and regular basis. And then we'll turn to Christine to talk a little bit about exhibiting at our annual convention. Hopefully you will, and she's got some great best tips and practices there. And then we'll let Yvonne close us out with talking about opportunities for Great North Partnership should you want to grow your membership in that way. But I'll back up and say that the four cornerstones of our program of work are really community, advocacy, research, and education. And we hope that you will also take part in all of those as well. Many of you probably join to be part of a greater community and to also be in touch with our destination organizations to learn more about them, to talk with them more, and to learn how to support them. So we try to update you regularly through a number of communications. First is our news briefs, which is high-level industry sort of news, transitions, etc. And then bi-weekly with our CEO update from Don Welsh, and then our member update as well. You also have access to our online member forum. That's the great shirt sleeve. So if you have ever attended any of our face-to-face events, you know that many folks are just dying to get in and to talk to their peers and ask questions. So they don't have to wait for a face-to-face event to do that. They can get into the member forum and talk to each other in a virtual way daily. So I want to show you how to get in there and join conversations and get closer to our membership as well. And then you do have access again to a membership directory and access to that buyer's guide where our members find you. So let me kind of take you over to the website and show you first and foremost that probably the stumbling block for a lot of people is just simply how to log in. Member sign-in is important because you'll see not only certain research and reports that are exclusive to members, but you'll always get member pricing. So you really want to make sure that you are logged in when you're looking at any of our offerings. It will deliver you to your profile page. It'll ask you for a user's name, which is your email, and a password. If you don't know your password, just hit the select forgot password button. Then it'll send you an email that I guarantee you will go straight into your spam. So look for it there and then set your password. So you'll be delivered here to your own individual member profile. So everyone in your organization has an opportunity to research on their own, log in on their own. It isn't an organization login, but an individual login. So we hope you'll take a little bit of time to fill it out, and also to tell us a little bit about your topics of interest, which help us communicate more personally with you. And then we really want to make sure that you don't opt out of any of our communications preferences, and that you want to be listed here in our directory so that others can find you easily. So fill that out if you haven't, and then just make sure that you save all of your individual profile information. Here are one way to access, probably the easiest way to access our directories, and there are 3 of them, is directly in your own member profile section. So you can look in member contacts. That will help you find individuals. Member destinations will help you find organizations. And then the industry buyer's guide will help others find you. So we do educate all of our destination organization members when we do their overviews on their membership benefits and resources on how to find you as well. So many of you might be looking for member contacts. So let me just show you the easiest way probably to go about that is to go into that directory. And I am typically looking by city. That typically is a great way to go. So if, for example, you are looking for contacts in Denver, let's say you're interested in reaching out to the folks at Visit Denver, you can simply put Denver in your search. You'll have to scroll back down, and then you'll see all of the folks at Visit Denver by title, by email, and by phone if they have provided that as well. When they want to find you, they come here to the Industry Buyer's Guide. And again, they search for you by name, but typically if they know you by name, this isn't how they would look for you. They would probably just Google you. So most often they are searching for you by type of product that you provide. And you are setting this obviously when you fill out your business profile information. So I've just selected Technology Information Systems. And if you select that, you can see that our friends in this area come up. So any questions, go ahead and make sure that you put them in now. When you want to come out of your own member profile, come back over here to the logo. That'll take you back to the home page. And then when you're looking for all things community, just come to the community tab. Our destination organizations can also find you here under business members and in our partnership directory as well. I mentioned our newsletters and briefs. If you miss news, or if you don't like to tread through it in email, you can always find all of our latest communications here chronologically. And a nice area for blogs and library as well, member facing. And I want to just take you quickly into the member forum. So member forum is, again, that virtual shirt sleeves community. It's login based as well. But once you log in, it'll remember you, so you won't have to log in time and time again. When you come to the forum, the latest discussions will be here on the home page. And then categories of discussions will be down the left-hand side of the page. So you can see there are some private categories for those that are involved in committees or specific badged groups. And then underneath those are the public categories. So most people are communicating by discipline or by topic. So you can see our technology community, our visitor services community are pretty active, as are our marketing and membership communities. I know Lita's on, our convention and group communities are here. I think I saw Kara Frank on as well. Our technology communities are here. You can go up and join in a discussion, or you can launch a poll. Most people come in initially probably to ask a question. So you can post it, you can select a category in which you want to enter your question, or if it's general in nature, you can keep that as well. Try to title your question that identifies it in a real obvious way, and then just put your question in, and then when you're finished, just simply ask a question. Pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward. Once you get involved in Member Forum, though, we do want you to come over here and set your notifications preferences. This will allow you to get an email. If you select the email, you won't actually have to be logged into Member Forum to know when people are talking to you, responding to you. And I like the category notifications because it allows you to select certain groups that you might have interest in. And this way you will be notified anytime anyone is talking in that particular group, and it's a good way to get a hold of what matters to them, the types of challenges and things that they are talking about. When you set your preferences, just make sure that you come to the bottom of the page and to save them. So we ask our business members not to do direct solicitation in the Member Forum, but more join in the conversation. Come into the community, talk to our destination organizations peer-to-peer. Certainly, if you have answers or resources to the questions they're asking, providing that kind of information is super helpful. So that takes us back then to our next tab, program of work, is advocacy and research. I see that our friend Jim McCall is on Resonance Consulting. Jim used to be part of this amazing group, which is headed by Jack Johnson. Jack is informed by a advocacy committee as well as 7 individual task force that really reflect a tremendous amount of work in this area. I think it's super important to those organizations that support destination organizations to be aware of the communities, both the opportunities and the threats that they are facing. So I think you can gain a lot of useful information being aware of the resources that our destinations have access to. So I'm going to take you back over. Once you're in the forum, you're going to want to go back over here to the icon to be delivered back to the home page. Then the menu button, again, will take you to advocacy. So again, they have a fine library, just like the membership area does, where case studies and research are housed, the blog, and then you will see case studies from specific destinations as well as research and reports. But most of it can be gleaned or jumped to from the main advocacy page. And I want to point out the latest policy brief, which is the new tourism lexicon. I think it's an interesting brief, and one that allows you to kind of understand how destination organizations are trying to communicate to their stakeholders about their relevance. And the interesting thing about this brief, and you know, Jim was the one that really kind of helped us understand it and wrap our minds around how important the words that we use to describe the work that we do really are. So destination organizations historically have reported on their relevance, talking about figures and facts and data. And this policy brief points out how important it is for us to weave a story that helps our stakeholders communicate and understand us on a really emotional level that connects our work to their own personal set of values. So I highly recommend, if you're serving destination organizations, that you take a few minutes to download the policy brief and to read it. I also want to take you here to another piece of research that I think will be really interesting to you as you serve destination organizations. It's found under Destination Tools in the Destination Next Assessment tab. So Destination Next is a workshop that destination organizations can conduct in their own local environment to really leverage the strength of their brand and understand their stakeholder loyalty. But this particular report talks about the trends that are facing destination organizations, as well as the threats and the strategies that they will need to develop to remain relevant over the coming years. I like it because they talk specifically about these 5 roles: the role of curator, adopter, catalyst, activist, and collaborator. Those are all roles that destination organizations need to play in the coming years. All of you are uniquely suited to help them gain more authority in different areas, in different roles. So I think the better you understand the challenges that they are facing, the better you are able to support them with the amazing products and services that your companies provide. So I just wanted to point out the future study, and hopefully that it will serve you well as you're communicating with destination organizations. Our education is an opportunity, I think, also for you to join and get peer-to-peer with our destination organizations. This is a quick little look at the stair step of what we offer. A fundamentals class is a great way to get in if you aren't highly familiar with how destination organizations operate. A one-day fundamentals class, and they're offered in the spring. And again, in the fall, as part of the Fall Learning Week, is a great way to have a really nice orientation to our industry. The PDM is a certificate class. 5 of the classes are online based and can be taken without the expense or the time of travel. CDME is our industry's designation, our actual certification course. FCDME is for CDME graduates who want to get back in the industry and start to shape content development and maybe even a little bit of facilitation. Our C-suite sessions are sessions that are held throughout the year. Many deal with issues of board governance. Some are even in conjunction with our partners at ASAE. We hope that you will all join us at our annual convention. So this is our one-time bring everyone together, our business partners, our destination organizations. We had an amazing time in Anaheim last year, and we really, really look forward to a great event in St. Louis. I think I've been talking to so many of our destination organizations that are super excited that we're in the middle of the country and that we're going to be drivable for so many of our small destination organizations to join us that are in the Midwest. So I think it'll be a really great opportunity to see a lot of the folks that you are wanting to connect with. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Christine Fry. I know, Christine, you have some information that you want to share about the event and how they can get involved and exhibit and some best practices.
Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you. My name is Christine Fry. I'm with NTP Events. We're the proud partner of show management partner with Destinations International. We've been working with them for the past few years on annual convention as well as destination showcase. And as Terry mentioned, we're also really excited about the show being in St. Louis. NTP Events has the opportunity on working with several different association clients, and I've personally worked on a show in St. Louis that had record-breaking attendance because of that drivability and central location in the U.S. On the phone, we have several folks who have been to the show before, but it's a nice overview of the flow of the event. That Tuesday night, that's where things really kick off with a welcome reception. And Wednesday and Thursday are the business exchange. That's what we call the exhibit hall. In between the business exchange hours are the concurrent sessions and keynote sessions. What I love about Destinations International is that the business exchange hours are specific non-compete times, and they put food and beverage directly in the hall to make it to drive the most traffic to your booth. So we have hours in the morning during breakfast, during a little later in the afternoon around lunchtime. And then in the afternoon, which is everyone's favorite time, is caffeine and cocktails. And that's a mid-afternoon break that we have coffee and cocktails as well as some networking. And then we wrap things up on, we wrap things up on Friday.
I'm sorry, Christina, I was just going to say, that's where everyone really loves to be, is the business exchange. It's a really, really great draw.
Yes, and we really designed the show floor to have small clusters of booths. So it really creates a warm atmosphere. We have lots of lounges. This group, as you know, is highly relational. So we really staged this business exchange to be the center of that and to make it as cozy and intimate feeling as possible. And so with that, some of our sponsorship opportunities are ways that we help build that atmosphere, and we could use your partnership to help do that. One thing to note is sponsorship exhibiting is not required to sponsor for the show. We often find that partners with Destinations International have, sometimes it's more suited for them to have an exhibit booth, and sometimes it's more suited for them to have a sponsorship. So you have the opportunity to both or either. So some of my favorite sponsorships are the general session, which is really getting that face time and sponsoring the keynote sessions. We also have the attendee badges. That's where the lanyards that folks are wearing around will act as your billboard for your company's brand. We also have sponsorships available for the CEO Lounge. That's a very special lounge that's located very close to the Business Exchange that's exclusive for CEOs. And we have an opportunity for some branding around that space. Caffeine and cocktails, I mentioned earlier, which is a fun way to engage attendees, as well as lunch. And then the concurrent session sponsors. This is really an opportunity for thought leadership. So if you're wanting to align your company, your brand with a specific topic or session, this is a great opportunity. And then the Tech Lounge is an area on the show floor where we are able to display the latest apps and tools for destination marketing professionals, as well as just general business professionals on what are the latest tools and tricks out there. And last year we had sessions that took place that were highly popular. They're standing room only, and that took place right on the show floor too. And to mention that sponsorships do include 2 full convention registrations. So again, we can really build in, this can be your main activation at the show. And then of course we get listings on the convention website and the pre and post convention registration list. But here's where we really want to partner with you, is doing custom activations. Destinations International, as you know, is the premier industry-leading association. So we want our show and our sponsorships to reflect that as well. And to do that, we want to customize and really create opportunities that bring your brand to life. So for one example that we, from last year, is we worked with Longwoods International to do a brass band flash mob. So Longwoods was celebrating a big anniversary, company anniversary, and we worked with them to have a brass band sprinkled throughout the show floor inside the Business Exchange. And on cue, a certain silent cue, these musicians started coming out and playing one by one. And then they gathered into the center and had a big performance. So it really was fun, and after they performed, we brought out cake and did a anniversary celebration for them. I'd love to welcome you for the opportunity to partner to create something memorable for you next year. Moving on to some hot tips, keep your eye out for an exhibitor video contest. We did this for the first time last year, and it was wildly successful. This is an opportunity for our exhibitors and sponsors to provide a video that is then promoted to all of the attendees of the show, and we call on the attendees to vote on their favorite video. And the video winner does get some special promotions, and it's a great opportunity to get your message out to the attendee base before the show. Also, I like to remind folks that are working in this space and perhaps a little bit newer that the best success comes from companies who come year after year and build trust with the attendees. This is not a group that are transaction based. They work with people they trust and they know, and that's something that takes time to cultivate. And then some logistical tips. It's a reminder that carpeting is not included within a traditional exhibit booth, so that is something that is ordered separately once the exhibitor services manual is released, and that's usually about 3 months before the show. And once that's released, I recommend paying attention to the deadlines and to ship in advance, because this will save you time as well as money.
That's great, Christine. Thank you so much. I was just in Georgia at the Georgia Association's Sales Symposium, and they were talking specifically about exhibit best practices. And I walked away really thinking a lot about how can our exhibitors make their booths more interactive. They were really encouraging in best practice to have things that really encourage folks to come into your booth, and not just to get information, but something that makes it easy to immediately engage and get interactive. So maybe everybody can start thinking early about and brainstorming about cool interactive ways to participate with our destination organizations. Maybe you'll get some ideas from the trends report. I don't know. So take a look at it. But Christine, thank you. And Alexis, I know is on listening as well. We appreciate your support, and we hope that everyone will reach out to you and be involved in our annual. So Yvonne, let's turn to you. Yvonne Pearson, again, is our Manager of Strategic Alliances, and she'd just like to talk to you a little bit about partnerships and the opportunity to engage beyond business membership.
Thank you, Terry. Hi, everyone. Thank you again for joining us today, and I know we have a few of our partners on the call, so hello. I just wanted to briefly go over opportunities for partnerships with Destinations International. And our year-round partnerships, they're customized to meet the needs of your organization. And you might be wondering how that works. So our team works hand in hand with our partners to achieve their goals and to get them in front of the right audience through our marketing, events, and thought leadership. Also, as a member of Destinations International, you have an opportunity to grow your involvement with us through partnerships. And these opportunities include connecting with key decision makers and senior leaders in the industry, increased visibility and networking, access to industry resources, and thought leadership and collaboration with destination professionals. To give you an idea of our partnership levels, our partner levels are corporate, strategic, premier, and pinnacle, which is our highest level of involvement. Terry, next slide, please. Thank you. And this is just, again, an overview of our partnership levels. On the next slide, you're going to see our view of all of our current partners. And our partners, and not to, brag on our partners, but I know personally, they are thought leaders and innovators within the industry. And a few of them include SimpleView, who I know is on the call, Helms Briscoe, Expedia, Arrivalist, Pandora, and STR. What I really enjoy about working with our partners is the ability to really make change and create change in our industry with different things that we have, like our Partner Advisory Council, through the great things that they do through our events, by getting in front of the right audience and educating them on the great resources that they have available to them, and also continuing to, push the initiatives forward of Destinations International through our foundation and partnerships that way. So just to let you know that these opportunities are presented to you, and again, all partnerships are constructed different because we want to make sure that you're getting the best things that you need out of your personal business plans in partnership with us to make your goals a reality.
That's great, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Terry, and thank you again to the NCP team for everything. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So I'd like to introduce you to our membership team. Kate and I are on. Allie leads the charge, and Quinisa supports us with all of the membership account management support in our office. So we're here for you. If you have additional questions about resources for your business membership, please consider Kate and I sort of your destinations concierge, if you will. And if you have any specific questions, you can put them in the question box. Kate is monitoring those. If you'd like for us to unmute you for a comment, we're happy to do that as well. But next steps, we'd like to suggest that at the very least that you go ahead and log in, make sure that you have access to the website and the resources. If you don't have a login or you can't find it after you go to reset your password, just contact us at membership@destinationsinternational.org, and we'll help you set up your profile, give some thought to your communications preferences, and be on the lookout. And we hope you'll jump into our member forum and start communicating with our destination organizations there. So, Kate, I know we got some talkers on the phone. Is there anybody that we can unmute, or is there anybody that has a specific question?
We don't have any specific questions, Terry, so let's go ahead and try to unmute some people and get feedback.
Maybe we can pick on Jim McCall. We'll start with him. Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, and we miss you here at Destinations International, but we know you're doing great work on the outside, as they say.
I'm doing my best. I do have a question and a comment. Can you talk a little bit about how and what committees business members are allowed to be part of, and even on top of that, boards that business members are allowed to engage in?
So in terms of committees and communities, I think that the best opportunity is to look for, so we do a call each year for membership related committees and groups, but our business members are welcome at all of our educational events, and we want them to participate side to side with our destination organizations. Are you thinking specifically, Jim, about certain areas in which you've seen business members be best engaged?
I mean, I know that I personally am a member of the advocacy committee, and it's great being a part of that committee. The work that you talked about before has been very insightful, and I think the more business members we can get engaged in that as possible, the better. I know I talked to a lot of people on the business side who ask about content that's taking place at DI events, not just the annual convention, but the summits as well, and the education committee. I don't know if business members are allowed to be part of the education committee, but that could be another opportunity for folks to look at.
Yeah, and even the sales and marketing committee, we have had business members join us in that committee. So I would say whatever area of work, whatever program of work, whether it's membership, whether it is advocacy, whether it's research, whether it's education, if that's a particular area in which your business model aligns with, to reach out to Kate or myself, and we'll put you in touch with the right folks at Destinations International to get involved in committee work if that's a desire of yours. All right, Jim, thank you so much. So glad to have you with us. Let me see if Kara can be unmuted. No, I think you can unmute yourself, Kara, but I don't think that I can unmute you. Let's see if there's anyone else I can grab. Let me see if I can get Lita. Hey, Lita Cruz, how are you today?
Hi, doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Lita, as a highly engaged business partner, so I'll turn to you to maybe even talk a little bit to, how do you think you've fostered such great relationships with our destination organizations?
Oh, wow. We have our own internal program, but I think, you touched on it earlier, just really what you just said too, just really engaging and building the relationships with them. We have our own internal program, but really just reaching out, whether it's annually or engaging them, letting them know how they can actually engage with. And I know our organization is a little bit different maybe, but with our 1,300 associates globally, giving them access to the associates and helping them navigate through even situations that they run into with associates, or on the reverse side, if we have, if they're running into, problems, or like the good, bad, and the ugly, if they're running into issues on our end, we help them from a corporate standpoint navigate through those situations. But really, ultimately, just giving them access to our associates and helping them find ways to reach out and really bring their destinations top of mind.
Yeah, I think the key word, Lita, that you brought up is access. I think that that's mostly what our business partners are looking for, are ways to break down walls and to gain access, both to our destination organizations, but also that they are able to better help them understand the work that their company does as well. So thank you for being such a great partner, Lita. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, I certainly appreciate your time today. If you have any questions offline, Kate and I are happy to assist or, again, connect you to the right person within Destinations International. On behalf of Yvonne and Christine, thank you so much. We hope to see you be part of our annual convention as well. All right, everyone, have a really, really great day. If you need anything from Kate and I, we're happy to assist. And everyone have a really great end of the year, and we welcome you into 2019, which we hope will be healthy and happy and prosperous for all.